Hello everyone, myself Sowmya, Assistant Professor in CSE AIML Department, MLR Institute of Technology. So this video is a continuation for the previous video. So in this video also we are going to discuss about the AngularJS filters. So in the previous video we have seen what is meant by filter, what are the different filters provided by AngularJS, and we have also seen three different types of filters like currency filter, date filter and filter filter. So now in this video, we are going to discuss about three more filters, that is JSON filter, limit to filter and lowercase filter. So first of all, JSON filter. So JSON filter is used to convert a normal JavaScript object into JSON format. So the syntax for this is again the curly brace, the object. So which object you want to convert into JSON format. So that is the first one. And after that, the pipe symbol. You want to apply a filter for this. So that indicates the pipe symbol. And what is the type of the filter you are using? JSON. So JSON is the type of the filter. After colon, you need to give some parameters. But the parameters are optional here. So here the parameter may be the spacing indentation, like indentation for your object format. So that you can give. Otherwise, the default spacing will be taken. The default spacing is 2. So coming to the example, so we know the script tag is mandatory if I want to use AngularJS library functions. Then you're opening the body section. In this body section, I'm just creating a division for my AngularJS application. And we know two attributes or two directives are mandatory here. So one is ng app and the other one is ng controller. So ng app name I'm giving as vegetable and the ng controller name I'm giving as vegetable control. So now I want to print this. So what I'm doing, so I'm just printing a variable. So what is that variable name? Vegetable. So for this vegetable, it is an object. For this object, I want to apply the filter. So that's why you're writing this. What is the filter you're applying? JSON filter. And the spacing I'm giving as 10. After colon, the parameter you're giving, the parameter value you're giving as 10. So what is this 10 indicates? 10 indicates the spacing, indentation spacing for your displaying, right? So this, then you're closing the division. So this is what? This is a AngularJS code. So now I need to write a module for this. Where I can write the module? Within the script tag. So within the script tag, I'm just creating a module with the module name. This module name is similar to your ng app name. And the second parameter is empty array. And this value you're storing in a variable called app. So for this app, I'm designing or I'm adding a controller using app.controller. Again, which will take the two parameters. So one is a controller name, which is same as your ng controller. And the second one is a function with one predefined parameter, $scope. So what is this $scope? It will point to your AngularJS application. So now here, in this AngularJS part, I have a variable, I have an object, unknown object, right? So that object I need to define here. How I can access that object? Using $scope. So $scope dot vegetable, I'm just adding some array of items, beetroot, carrot, potato, asparagus, eggplant. So all these 5 items I'm adding to this array. The same values will be sent here and these values will be converted into JSON format, and with 10 spacing, the output will be displayed. Then you're closing your script. After completing this module definition and declaration, then you're closing the body section, you're closing the HTML part. So this is the output I will get here, right? So here I'm just displaying all the values in the JSON format. So that is object, JavaScript to object format you are displaying. So we'll see the output for this. So this is the output I'm getting. So vegetable H1 I'm printing, and after this all items are JSON format. In this JSON format you are printing. So this is the spacing you're getting. For example, I will just remove the space. I'll just remove this parameter and then I will save this. So this is the default spacing. So if you observe, the default spacing will be provided here. That indentation spacing will be default space is 2, but in the previous example I have given 10. So next filter is limit to filter. So limit to filter, based on using this filter, you can apply some limits. So like you have some list of items or list of students who got some marks, who secured some marks. So I want the top 3, the limit is 3 here. The same time I want the bottom 3. So again the limit is 3, but it is from bottom, so I should give the limit as -3. So like that, if you want to get or filter the data like this, then you can use this limit to filter. So now what is the syntax? The syntax is again the curly braces, the object for which data or for which object you want to apply this limit data. So obviously it is a list of items, that is array. So that's why I'm giving an object here. So for this I'm applying the filter using the pipe symbol. And what is the filter name you're using? Limit to. Limit to is the name of the filter. So after colon, you need to give the parameters. So what is the limit and what is the beginning index also. So from where you're starting, if you don't give any beginning, obviously it will take from the starting. But the limit you should give, whether you want the top 3, top 4, top 5 like that, you need to give the limit. So if you don't specify any beginning index, obviously it will taken from the top, that means 0. And coming to the example, again the common script code, script tag. So with this AngularJS file, so if you want to use AngularJS features or libraries, then it is mandatory. And in the body section, I have created a division for my AngularJS with the 2 attributes ngapp and ngController. And now I am just printing this MLR IT message within H1. And after that, so I am giving a paragraph message just for understanding purpose. So what it displays only the first 3 cars because the limit is 3 and it is a positive limit. So we have some set of cars in the input variable, but what it will do, what this filter will do, it will print only the top 3 cars, the first 3 cars. Why? Because you're giving positive 3 number. Now again I'm using an unordered list here. So in this unordered list, how to add the list item using li. So you have multiple items. So to iterate that, again I'm using an attribute or a directive called ngRepeat. So in ngRepeat, what is the loop variable? Loop variable is x. And from where you're taking x value? From the variable cars. So this x value you are taking from a variable called cars. And for this x value, so here at a time we will get only one value, one x value. For this x value, you are applying a filter by using this pipe symbol. What is the filter you are applying? Limit to filter you are applying. And here I am also giving the limit. After colon, I am giving the limit as 3. It is a positive number. So by default, it will take the top 3. Why top 3? In the sense, I am not specifying any initial beginning index here. So now, the top 3, if it is in top 3, I mean only the top 3 values will be printed here. After that 3, 4th, it will come out of the loop. That's all. You are closing this list item, you are closing this unordered list. Again, I am opening one more paragraph for understanding purpose. What is this message for? It displays only the last 3 cars because I am giving the limit as -3. -3 in the sense it starts from the bottom. So again, unordered list, a list item will be added here using ngRepeat. Why? Because again we have multiple iterations, right? Again, x in cars, you are applying a filter. The filter name is limit to, but the limit is now -3. Right? So if you don't specify any index, obviously it will taken from the initial index. But as you are giving the limit as -3, so it will start from the bottom. So if it is from bottom 3, then the value will be printed. So if it comes to the bottom 4th value, then it will come out of the loop. That's all. You're closing your list item, you're closing your unordered list, and then you're closing your division also. So this complete part indicates what? Your AngularJS code. Now, for this code, I need to write the module. So, how I can write the module within the script tag using a function called angular.module, which will take 2 parameters, the name of the module, which is same as ngapp, and the array, empty array. So, for this app, I am applying the controller, and which will take again 2 parameters, the name of the controller and the function with 1 parameter $scope. Now, in this program, I have a variable, unknown variable. What is that? Cars. So, cars I need to initialize here. How I can access cars? $scope.cars. Here I am giving array of items. So, totally we have 6 items. So, top 3 will come in the first filter and the bottom 3 will come in the second filter. So, that's all. You are closing the script, you are closing the body. So, this is the output I will get. See, out of the 6, the top 3 first you are displaying and the bottom 3 next you are displaying. So we'll try to check the output for this by executing this. So here I am getting the top 3 as well as bottom 3. So now if I change this to 2. So I should get the top 2 and bottom 2. See here I am just getting the top 2 and bottom 2. So next filter is a lowercase filter. So lowercase, the name itself it is telling that it will convert the, if you have any uppercase letters in your text, that will be converted into lowercase. So coming to the syntax, within this curly braces you need to give the expression for which you want to apply the filter, followed by the filter symbol, that is pipe symbol, and what is the type of the filter you are using, lowercase. So that's all, we don't need to specify any parameters for this. Why? Because I just want to convert this into lowercase. And coming to the example, we know this is mandatory for any AngularJS application if you want to use the libraries, right? So I'm just opening a division with 2 attributes here. One is ng app and ng controller, and then I'm just displaying a message input, that is in strong, that means bold. So here I'm just creating a text field. So how I can create the text field? Input type is equal to text. So for this I'm giving the model name, ng model name I'm giving as string. So why we are writing ng model? To bind with the HTML part with the AngularJS part. So now after coming to the next line, you are printing again output. So input we have given in bold and followed by one text field, and output again bold, and here you are printing the string value. What is this string actually? It is this model name. So whatever the model name you have given, what is this model name actually? It refers to the text field. So whatever the value the user is entering in that text field, the same thing will be displayed here as the output. But you are applying some filter here. What is that filter? Lowercase. So if the user is entering the lowercase letters, it's fine, as it is it will print. But if the user is entering any uppercase letters, then that will be converted into lowercase and then that will be printed as the output. So that's how you're closing the division. So this complete division part indicates what? It's an AngularJS application. Now for this I need to write a module. So to work this code I need to write a module. So for this module I'm just creating a module. So for this module I'm just creating a controller, right? So what I'm doing here, $scope, what is the name of the variable? String. So initially it is empty. So initially it is empty, but later on whenever the user enters the value into that text field, so it will assign the value to this string. So this is the output. Whatever you enter in the input text field, the same thing will be given as output, but by converting that into lowercase. We'll see the output for this. So here if I give anything in the small case, as it is I will get. If I give anything in the capital, again I will get in the small case. If I mix the uppercase and lowercase letters, whichever, like whatever the characters are in uppercase, so that will be converted into small case, and the remaining characters as it is you will get. So the finally aim is to display only the lowercase letters. So in this video we have seen about 3 different filters. So that is JSON filter, limit to filter and lowercase filters with the different examples also. Thank you.